Be right back.
Weird thing is, I'm not sure where that junk came from.
Well, that's what I said. Where did it come from? And you said from the harbour.
Well, yeah, it should come from the harbour, but that stuff doesn't go on this harbour. It goes on the other harbour.
Yeah, probably, Baz. I don't want to use too much vertical
think.
space. We don't need that much space for cargo, really. But yeah, I have a lot of tanks in there, and then some space for cargo is all we really need. The trouble is, I think the crates that you have to take sometimes are either 3x3 or possibly even bigger. Wow, there's a load of junk in there again. Oh my god. Server's back up.
Yeah, I'm joining now.
It'd be interesting to see if you can see all this junk. This is weird, because I can't even climb out the water very... I can't even bring this out the water. It won't let me. This is
I guess
bugged.
it's super heavy.
This is really bugged.
Yeah, there's nothing there for me still.
Poison Peanut, thank you for subbing. Welcome to the house, Poison Peanut. I think what I really need to do is try and take the attributes of this save game and port it into a new save on a Geddy server.
If possible, that would be lovely, yes.
I mean, what do we really need? We need to know the research stuff, the money, the island unlocks, and that's about it, really. And the settings are the same.
Yeah, the only islands we've got is the Harbour Island, the Beginner Outpost, and Outpost. That's it. And the money's 85 grand.
Yep.
Can you set research points? Because that's 43. I'm going to write this down.
It's a matter of finding the attributes in this save file.
I think I know where that is.
What's going on?
Well, it would be like there's still a lot of junk in the bay for me, but there's not for you and Jack.
Yeah, confirmed. Nothing in the bay for me.
Which means this save seems to be a bit dodgy.
Plus, it would be nice to get on a Deddy if we could.
Let me have a look at the save file. How much money have we got?
We've got 85,237.
So I don't know what the attribute unlock components means.
I think the individual name of each of the unlocked blocks would go there. Yeah, so where it says underneath active playlists, it says unlock components. And that was where you add all the unlocked ones.
Can we like sleep and make it daytime or something?
Yeah?
Have you got any missions active?
2, but they're not ones we can do, so we need a new. That should be fine. Research scientist.
Transport scientist. In this lovely calm sea.
Oh, not more storms.
Love how the junk never like leaves the bay. How does that work?
The invisible junk. I love how they've encapsulated Scottish weather though. Right, I'll spawn my boat in and get us on that mission.
I'm going to see if I can copy some properties over.
Okay. If you need a list of all the component names, I have a creative save file you can look at. Will I actually be able to refuel in this storm?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure something out, guys. I'm trying to figure out if I can take our save file and run it on a dedicated server. That's what I'm trying to do. Because when I tab out the game, it seems to like freeze, which is weird. This is probably going to be easier if we just come out the game for a minute.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Because like when I tab out the game freezes and my editor lags, so it's very hard to do anything.
I'm out.
Okay, let's see. It's quite a big XML file, this thing. The graphics remind you of a game called Unturned. Okay, right. If I take the... XML for the win. Sorry guys, I'm just editing XML to try and get this to work properly. Active playlists. I'm playing solo now. Notepad is really laggy when it edits this XML file because it's so big. Okay, let's see, I've copied across the money. Unlock research, blueprint components. Tiles. Let's copy that over. I'm going to ignore vehicles. Vehicles, weather, missions, we'll ignore that. Ay, 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 ay. Right, let's see what we've got. Somebody's hosting. Who was that? Who was that, guys? Somebody hosted or raided. Why does that not show? Oh, that's why. It was 90. Thank you very much, 90 for the host. Appreciate that, sir. Thank you. Right, I think... and I hope that that's correct. We shall see. All right, PC, see you later. Let me just turn this off a second while I jump into this server and find out if this works. You just won the Daytona 500 and iRacing 90. Nice, bro. Awesome. This isn't right. I think I'm in creative mode. One second. Vehicle damage true, player damage true, NPC damage true, sharks true, teleport vehicle true, fast travel true, limited fuel, starting currency. How much money did we have, Jack?
We had
84.
85, 237.
Unlock components equals true. I don't know what that means.
Is that all unlock?
I don't know if it means they're all unlocked or you unlock them. I don't... It's ambiguous.
I would assume it would to mean all unlocked, but
Yeah, I would think that.
especially if it's a binary, you know, true or false.
Hey, if I can get this working, then we'll be on a Deddy server and it should run a lot better. But it's the server came out yesterday. There's not a great deal of documentation, and there's an awful lot of trying to figure this out, especially when you're trying to port one server save to another. Yeah, so am I. Okay, we have 5 research points. We have 85 grand. If I have a look.
Can you change the research points?
A second, I'm going to go and see if we've got... we have, I think it's worked. Let me try and save. Okay. You guys need to try and get in. Need to message the details, somebody. Same as yesterday, Jack.
Right.
Right. Let's see. Right, you try and get in, and let's see what things look like. Okay, so what just happens in them? So what just happened was...
That didn't even take a second to load.
I've taken our save game. So normally, when I host a game, I host it within the game. That's the way you've had to play Stormworks. But now there's a dedicated server that you can get. So I took the save, and took attributes out the XML file and moved them over to the save game on the server, because when I tried to get the server to load my save game, it didn't work properly. So I've taken key things like what research did we have unlocked, how much money have we got, and moved them into an existing server save. The only thing I don't know...
It looks like we've got all the right components.
Yeah, so what we don't have is we don't seem to have the discovered tiles or the places that we unlocked, we bought already.
Yeah. We also don't have the research points. We had 43.
We had 43.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I can fix that, but I'll have to bounce the server.
Yeah, if you want to, because research points are quite important. I don't really mind not having the islands we bought, but the research points are probably quite a good thing to have.
Alright, well, you need to leave then.
Okay.
I'm running the dedicated server on this machine. It's just that it runs as a separate process. Let me try and save that again. Quit. It's just that in theory the dedicated server runs better because instead of me being a host so that my game knows what's happening and I communicate that to everybody else, if you have a dedicated server, it knows what's happening and it communicates that to me and everybody else. So I'm just another player as opposed to being the game host. It's a technical difference. Poison Peanut.
That's the theory.
Thank you for the sub. Right, let's see what we got. Research, let me find that. How many did we have?
43.
Can you unlock islands? Because I have down which ones we had.
I mean, wasn't it only 2 that were like 20 grand? So could you not just add 20 grand extra and we'll go and buy them again?
I can't remember how much the Outpost TT was. I think it was more like 40.
The base one was 10 and the other one was 20 or 30, I can't remember. I think it's easier if we just go and, put the money in. Otherwise, I have to find the XML that tells you what tiles you've got unlocked and what centers and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, give us another 30 grand then and we'll just go and buy those islands again.
Well, I'm just loading into another game to see what the price of the Outpost TT is.
I'll give us 30 grand extra, okay?
Yeah. And then I'll tootle off and buy those straight away. At least we'll have all the fuel back.
That we will.
Happy anniversary, Natter.
Ooh, hopefully that should do it. Sorry about that, guys. Racing fan, thank you for 2 months. I've been away for a while, but always love the best streamer. Thank you, dude. If you're a fan of racing, which I suspect you are, you might want to stick around tomorrow when I'm going to build a SimLabs P1X rig. That should be fun. Mr. Zarek, thank you for gifting us up to Flamingo. Welcome back, Flamingo. And Solus Bellator, thank you for 39 months, sir. Yep, we got it. We got all the bits. Can I do that to your bank account as well at 30k? Absolutely, bro. Just point me to the XML file for your bank account and I'll edit it for you.
Is it good to join?
It says error connecting, disconnected from server. I'll bounce the server again, I don't know why. You should have it built in an hour. LOL. As if. Does the rig move? No. It weighs quite a lot. It's designed not to move. I mean, you can pick it up and move it, but not lightweight. Why can't I connect to my own server now?
Oh, God. All you did was change the money.
It just keeps saying error connecting to server. Really, game?
Want me to try?
I'm gonna bounce the server again. Ultra wide. I'm going ultra wide. Same as Mr. Quirky does. Okay, I think it was my clients. I bounced my client and I'm just letting me in now.
Right.
Feel free to join and see if it works.
Yep, joining now.
Right, we have extra money. We have 43 research points. Game on.
Go, 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 go.
Can't beat a bit of XML editing while you're streaming.
Yeah.
Right, so the good news is all the junk's gone.
That's a wonder.
The bad news is we have nothing discovered anymore, including the islands to the north. And we need to go and buy some stuff. But hopefully, maybe, possibly, it'll be more stable.
Yeah. We might just have to do some missions before we go and try and find those islands, because I have no clue what direction.
And we got some free bonus fuel, and maybe this is less glitchy, who knows?
Don't jinx it. Is your boat ready for moving yet?
It's not really water stable yet.
Right. Okay.
Well, there's a deliver testing equipment to the power station. I mean, can your boat do that?
No, I wouldn't risk it. It's going to flip over.
That's 3 crates, so I think that's the small crates.
Yeah, it's the handheld ones, isn't it? You can pick them up from the starter base, don't you?
Which it's just highlighted for me, so we know where the start
Oh my god. You are missing components on the vehicle. They have been removed. So
Oh.
the research unlock components hasn't worked.
Yeah, there's no research unlocked looking at that screen.
Listen. Right, you guys carry on for a second. I'll just see if I can work out why. What's the secret? Well, the XML. That's just not very interesting.
Okay.
Do you have a simple, not quick boat, Jack?
Nothing that will work.
I think I might have something that might work, but it's
Well, with
not
nothing unlocked, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, because the boat I was using, none of its components are unlocked. Let me see if I can... Oh, this one works.
Hang on, there's one in the bay.
I think this will work.
Right, bag's clear.
Let me just check the wiring.
I've got a very basic one that I'm working on in another save game, so...
Okay, looks like this is all wired up okay. Let's give it a look-see. This was from one of our old gameplays. But it's sitting low. Hold on a second, I think. Right, yeah, okay, I can see what the problem is.
Well, the hose seems to be acting better.
God, don't say that, you'll jinx it.
Right, you guys leave. I'm going to kill the server, and then you can see if this fixes it.
Give me 1 second, I've just got to put this component back on.
There's no point. I'm going to obliterate the save.
Okay, I am out.
Yeah, I'm out already.
Well, we'll have some extra help in a sec.
Yeah, that'll probably be when I'm going.
Right, server's coming up.
Right, I'm off actually, guys. That's a shame. Never mind.
Oh, next
Lel.
time.
Part-timer.
Okay, I've renegotiated a truce. I'm staying.
Wait, what?
Play mine up. Okay, I'm in.
Any better?
Let's have a look and see what's unlocked. We've got large fuel tanks and large batteries, large generators, solar panels, whole bunch of sensors. I'll assume it's got everything in then.
See if I can load my boat. That's the litmus test for me.
I can see the azimuth thrusters, so you're good there. Large engines.
Yeah, I can load my boat into the editor.
Yeah, we've got it all. Nice.
Okay, spawn your vehicle and get going. Unless you want to sleep for a mission or something.
Oh, you've got a mission still. Do that delivery.
Do we want to research something while we've got 43 points? Just deep sea diving, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
activated. Are you in yet, Sammy?
I'm joining now.
Alright. You boys take the banana boat and go and unlock some stuff.
You know, I could make a little a banana boat to tow behind it.
Just the idea of having to stand up while driving that thing's really annoying.
Well, you connect it to the helm, so it acts like a seat.
Yeah. Somebody's floating down with some fuel.
That looks really funny. Like an angel coming down from the heavens. Can you turn the hose off?
Yep. It's loading. Do you want the whole thing?
We want...
I'm back at the dock.
We're going over to the beginner island, so we'll take a couple thousand.
Alright. I think it starts on 26, so you've got about $1,000 in there now.
Yeah, just over 1,000 now. She's a little bit thirsty, this boat.
24.5.
Yeah, just a little more.
24.3.
And
1.
that'll do it. Oh god, what's happening?
May have hauled you a little bit too much.
Nearly flipped me over.
You're good. I was trying to get to it, but somebody's head was in the way of the button.
I thought you were editing your boat. I didn't realise you were fueling as well.
No, I was going to turn the because I had the hose coming back, so I was going to turn that off. Plus, yesterday, these boys had a habit of leaving that thing winching in constantly while I was editing.
It's not our fault it was broken because of the lagginess.
Well, you don't have to press the button. Right. What was we going to do on this? Oh yeah, that was it. He's going to think about the fuel tank situation.
You were trying to make it seaworthy.
Yes.
So I think we need to wall this section off. I suppose it matters really. What I want to have, let's try and work out what we want. So when I have a whole bunch of, you're not going to copyright hit for using the test card. Nobody cares. It's like from the 70s. Let's take these tanks, and besides, I'm going to edit that test card, make my own. Take these tanks, line them up here so I have a whole bunch of tank storage. But then, crucially, we want to have a way of bringing fuel in from the outside and activating a pump to pump the fuel out. So if you have like an in and an out nozzle.
Could you not just use your Yachts 5 image?
To do what?
For your test card.
Yeah, but the classic test card is classic.
Oh, I see what you mean. That's an idea, yeah. Well, I think people had designs of me like holding pepper or something like that. I don't know. Elsa Dev, thank you for 38 months. Racing fan, we did.
I'm sure something interesting can be thrown together.
So, yeah, have like an in and out pipe. And the out would have a pump on it, just to make sure we can squirt fuel if we need to. And then also have a filter and a fuel flow between here and there, so that we can, if we want to, empty fuel from here into the main tank and then sell it, if we want to empty these tanks.
It's getting a bit choppy.
Because a pump, I don't know... A fluid pump. A large fluid pump. Connect the inlet to the outlet to create a pumping system to move fluid around the vehicle. So I'm guessing that's going to be... When that's not on, it's effectively going to be a valve. Is the pump a valve when it's not on, so it can't flow backwards?
I can't remember if it does that or not. But you shouldn't leak if you have a pump, I don't think. If not, there is a valve you can use. Just put it in front or behind the pump. I think we've unlocked it. Should just be called fluid flow valve?
There's a fluid on-off valve and a fluid variable valve.
Yeah, fluid on-off valve, that's it. And you just attach that to a button. So
An on-off fluid valve controls flow whether from one side of the valve to the other. Fluid can flow in both directions. You what, mate?
both directions thing. It just means it can, doesn't mean it always will.
It's like an old Jolly mug. I think somebody sent me that one. Tell you what, it looks a lot cleaner on that picture. There's also a fuel flow valve. One-way valve for controlling fluid flow. Allows fluid to move from the input side of the valve to the output, but resists fluid in the other direction. So that's essentially a one-way valve, which I quite like the idea of. I know exactly what I'm getting with that. Sub-bomb from Snelly. Thank you very much, Snelly. Welcome to the house, guys. Please remember to give Snelly a thank you. Very kind, sir. Thank you. So, yeah, it's just how we want to design this. Obviously, this is in at the moment. So you could even put valves on this thing to make sure that nobody tries to send fuel in the wrong direction.
Fingers crossed they will stay on board.
Which way round is that, I wonder?
Yeah, I'm not even going to explain what's happening on my screen.
Yeah, they're sinking through the bottom of the deck.
Oh, that's fine, as long as the same things happen for you.
That's fluid in, so that's the wrong way around. Lol. You're supposed to know this when you put it down.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Fluid out, there you go.
You might want to
Fluid in, fluid out.
Fluid flow valve while you're putting it down because it has a white arrow on it.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is that why I can't see it?
yeah. Paint it another colour and you'll be able to
Oh
see
yeah, so it does, blimey. If you're in white, that's no good, but any other colour, you're fine. Lol.
Did we just leave those behind?
Why can I hear an engine purring? Is that you guys?
We're nowhere near you.
Why is there an engine running?
I don't know.
That's really weird.
So for me, the boxes are 60 meters away from the boat. Oh, no, they're in it.
They keep just telling
Carry-
us back to us.
Carry on, Jack.
I'm going to go slowly.
How do you
'cause I'm
make
not
like a
sure about
label
this.
block? Sign, is it?
Did we need fuel, by the way?
Constant on, paintable,
We're okay
paintable
for the
sign.
moment.
Sign block for displaying painted detail.
Puppies is in gaming room 3.
Okay.
Puppies in gaming room 3.
Oh,
Oh my god, where is he?
oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't buy the island while we were there.
Welcome to live channel, puppies.
Please, not right away. Please.
Not getting much speed with these boxes support.
I'd say just go for it, Jack. I think they're in. They're just
Yeah,
catching up from time to time.
I'm nailing it now.
How does
Getting
this
about
work
44,
exactly?
45 knots.
How do you paint a paintable block, Jack?
With paint.
Use a paintbrush.
Do you just double click it? Like, what do you do?
No, just use the
Oh, I
paintbrush
see.
tool. Use the paintbrush tool.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so I'm out.
Oh god, not again.
Yeah, must be something with me rather than everything else.
This is cool.
I've stopped.
Hmm. Now we can do pixel art. Really, really bad
Have to do a
pixel art.
lowercase n.
Is that like drawing an emoji?
Yep.
Did you see the light up squirrel logo we had on the building?
Yeah.
It was made using these paintable blocks.
It kind of says in.
Happy
In. In. Hey, I'll do. That says in. Mad South African.
Yeah, if
Thank you for
squint and don't
66
look at
months.
It says in, yeah.
Wait, is it gonna do? Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't mirror on the other side. That's annoying.
Paintable blocks don't mirror. But what
I
you
know. Can I
do is-
copy pasta that somehow?
Yeah, just copy it with this with the selection grid tool, and then just paste it back in the other side. And don't forget to merge it.
So, Jack, I've got the test equipment a kilometre away, and then the delivery zone 4 kilometres away, but they're in opposite directions.
But where are you?
I think I'm. How far away from the delivery zone are you?
I am 3.
Do you know what? I'm just gonna draw it again.
Oh, I can see you. Wow, you're quite far back.
So Jack means basically
Oh, okay. I think
get this
the
thing.
testing equipment thing for me is bugged.
It's still a board for me. Oh, I'll come back and try and get you, and hopefully not lose it.
Push to talk while eating, please.
Welcome back, Nato.
Sorry.
So we do that. We do that. Grab this block. Like
I'm
that.
next to you.
And we say copy.
Okay, we've got 2 of the boxes. We've definitely dropped one.
How do we rotate this thing?
So we'll go back and grab that one.
Oh, you scumbag. Squeeze me. There we go. Then we say paste, and then we have to merge that. Done. So that's our in. The main fuel line.
Okay, I think we've got all 3.
So those
So
those
we've got
tanks
the
are
fuel
like
to make
3
it.
blocks wide, aren't they? Thinking about the best way to lay these out. Good call, I should have had symmetry turned on. No. I always forget to put symmetry back on when I turned it off. Oh god. As you're heading, I know. It's almost like you need somebody to go, did you want symmetry back on? No. I'm trying to think whether we have them like this way. So the plumbing can be on the inside. Depends how many we can get if we do this. We have like a 1 block gap for the plumbing. do that, for example. So they just face each other and stack on top. You can stack them that way, exactly. And then just have it like another one on top, basically, if it'll let me.
Okay. We've got all the boxes still.
Got what?
Got here with all the boxes.
Ooh, nice.
They're a bit laggy.
Well, for me, all the boxes are 5k away, so...
Wow, really? I just put one down in front of you. Can you see it at all?
Nope.
Fair enough.
It's great having a daddy server. Works a treat.
Yeah. So much more stable like they said it was.
Yeah, fixes absolutely everything.
Yeah, all it does is it puts the burden of lag on the server instead of the host.
How do you know how far to go with the boat, or is it basically what you do what you want? I'm not sure exactly what the question is. You can just do what you want, but you kind of do missions, or you design boats to... The general principle of the game is that instead of just having a sandbox creation tool, it tries to give you some kind of purpose behind it. So it says, well, here's some missions where you have to rescue people, move objects, dive down underground, like in varying weather conditions, build vehicles to do those missions. So it kind of gives you a purpose for the mission. Some people just play it in creative mode anyway. It's up to you how you want to play
have
it.
no object permanence. I put them in the lift and they drop through the bottom.
I would assume that they're lagged, and when you go up, it should bring them up with you, but they're still 5k away from me, so a reload didn't work.
I'm gonna have to do them one box at a time. They just drop right through the bottom of the lift.
Lol.
Yeah, and I suppose Paul being here wouldn't help now anyway, would it?
I'm just another client like you.
Yeah.
One of us. One of us.
Lol.
You'd need to play as the server to make it have some proper functionality. Oh well, this mission will be done eventually. We've still got an hour to do it.
Paul,
Hmm?
you know the centre row of tanks that you've put in?
What's wrong with them?
Could you not have put them the other way, so you've only got to run one lot of pipework rather than 3?
That's what I meant to do.
One question actually. Is
Yeah.
that what you're going to be using to transport crude?
Crude or fuel, anything you like.
Would it not be better to use a custom tank, like a single tank, rather than loads of those little tanks?
Because you'll get better mass out of a custom tank.
Yeah.
I thought about that last night. I was trying to think of the reason why I decided not to.
It's generally tends to be the better way to do it, rather than having a million little tanks.
Yeah, because you can just cordon off an area and then have an in and out rather than all the individual connections.
And then you can put a fluid measuring sensor in there to see how full or empty the tank.
I know, Vrom, I agree with you, mate.
Oh, it's our fault now, Jack, for helping him out. Never mind.
No, you let me do a load of stuff and then go, wouldn't you have been better doing this?
Well, we don't like to butt in. Plus, we're busy doing our own mission.
Yeah, like we wouldn't want to be full stalker mode. I mean, that's just not on.
I blame Vrome anyway.
I concur. Let's blame Frome. Frome could have pointed it out.
Bomb's already died twice and he's not even in the game.
There you go, mission done.
Can you come and pick me up?
Well, I'm going to teleport back because the boat's out of fuel anyway. I
Okay.
gave it the perfect amount to get the mission done. Not deliberately though.
Yeah, and I don't know whether it's just 50. You know, your speedboat is just too much for any. Well, certainly my connection, it just drops out.
Might be. We might have to go a bit slower. We were doing close to 50 knots at one point.
Yeah. Hey, pup.
Hey.
Just be glad that I don't have the racing version of this boat in, because it's got turbine engines and it does 200 knots.
Right. So, it was going to have a cargo storage as well. The engine just suddenly stopped. That was weird.
Oh, I just spawned my boat back. It's going so well.
Is it sleepy time?
Yeah.
What, you need me to sleep?
Yeah. Under the bed.
There's no beds.
Yeah. We can't.
Oh, because you didn't
No,
have the environment mod.
I did specify it, but it's not. I can fix it.
Do we all need to leave?
Yeah, can't you just
The only
quickly
way.
stick some beds on your boat?
I mean, yeah, I can spawn some beds on a platform in the water if you want.
Yeah.
Do that. It's probably going to be a lot easier. You should have noticed your lighthouse wasn't there.
I didn't even pay attention to it.
Mostly, Bob.
We were too mission focused.
Yeah.
What do you mean divided,
Goal
Baz?
orientated.
The more space I take for
And if you
cargo,
stick
the
some
less
long
I'll have
legs on it,
for
Jack, it might not, you know, float
fluid.
in the water.
I ain't got legs
It's my
that long.
concern.
Right, there you go. 4 beds, that'll do quickly.
There are 4 lights.
Oh, God.
This is going to be a cozy night's sleep at sea.
Try not to drown.
Yeah, wake up to Storm Dennis, ready.
Yeah, the only thing
not
about that,
sleeping.
Baz, is like...
I'm sleeping.
I'm sleeping.
I'm sleeping.
Oh.
Oh, it doesn't count the server as a player, does it?
Well, no, I don't know.
Oh,
I
God.
do not know. I mean, is it because it's a temporary bed and not a proper bed?
I wouldn't think so. It usually works.
The only problem with throwing things inside a trapdoor, Baz, is when you've got to bring them out again. Like if it's a reasonably heavy object, like a big crate. Well... Rip. So, that's not working.
Is it the research island where there's double bunk beds?
No, it was the... Oh, yeah, no, it was the research. There's also some in the hospital.
Why is it you want to sleep exactly?
Get a mission.
Hmm. Thing is, I mean, it is a bed, and if you click Z, you are sleeping. So I don't think it's going to fix it on a different island.
Yeah, I don't think the question of the permittability of the beds is the... Yeah.
Well, that's a no-go then.
Hmm. There's no actual sleep attribute in the XML file apart from on a vehicle. On a vehicle it says is no sleep equals false. So if we can't sleep, we can't get missions. That's the real downside of having a Dedi server. It's either a bug or we need to be on a proper mission on island to do it.
I'm not even sure which one of these is that island. Oh, I think it's... Yeah, I think it's that one above the island for 10,000, above Coast Guard Outpost. I think that's the island with the beds.
Yeah, we bought that last time.
What, TT? Yeah, we did.
Mm.
And it's only 10,000. We thought it was 20 or 30.
Well, we
Is
could
that-
boat it down there and find out.
Yeah. I'm down for that. Would be better to know.
Yes, anyway, we're going to be sure or not.
Right, we need a boat then.
Well, we can leave you here boat building, can't we, Paul?
Well, no, because you need everybody to sleep.
Yeah, but there is a bed in the building, isn't there?
There's just one bed, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't know, I rather thought this would be a good test of Paul's boat to see how far it could get.
What, you want to go in my boat?
Yeah, why not?
Are
It
you
needs a
out of your
seafaring
mind?
test.
Well, why not?
Why not?
What
Well,
could
because it's not
possibly
even
go wrong?
stable in the calm
Yeah, it's
water.
fine.
If
We
that
don't-
water gets choppy, we're going to be upside down.
Well, it is calm water.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It needs sea trials.
Oh my god, you guys are mad.
I think the term is nutty.
It's fine, we won't put too much fuel in, so if it does flip, we can just call it back without losing too much. We've got plenty now.
Okay, let's get it fueled up then. This is a suicide mission. Now, we haven't done any testing, so I don't know how much fuel we need. Last time it was pretty thirsty.
Couple thousand, then, maybe.
Zero fuel. What's going on? Have you not fueled it yet?
Oh, I haven't heard a pose connect.
No.
I can't see if it's connected because the connector's stuck on the tanker for me.
It's stuck on the seabed for me.
You have to swim down and grab it and try and pull it back up.
Yeah, I tried that and I was dying.
Oh, it's done that glitch again.
It is coming up, it's just it's heavy. You got to keep swimming up to get it.
Yeah, but you lose health doing it. Unless you get the scuba gear on.
Do you have any on your boat yet?
No, but I can put it back in the editor.
You'll have to reel it back in to its until it's high enough that I can grab it.
It's coming back in.
We keep letting that way too much anyway.
I'd say 3's enough.
Okay, right. Just turn it off and then drop it back out of it. And that's it, stop.
And I heard a thunk.
I've got it in my hand. I'm coming over. Right, reel me out a little bit.
Okay,
Just a little.
there you go.
That's
I don't think we
right.
need more than 3 bars, and 3 looks
Stop.
quite nice.
I love how it's daytime for me.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's for me as well.
Middle of the night for me.
What's the point of having a dedicated server if it can't communicate the time of day?
So, looking at my time dial and yours, Paul, they're about the same, but just on the reverse cycle.
Yeah, same.
That's insane.
Right, I can't grab that.
Oh, hang on, I'll try.
Paul's boat is randomly levitating for me.
That looks fine. Right, I got some scuba.
Sean,
Yep.
I guess
Is
these
Paul's
dedicated
boat
servers have got a bit of
flying
work.
into the sun.
No, for me, the boat's fine. It's just the time of day that's a bit dodgy. Dedicated service for the win.
It's a little bit high.
Jump, Jack, jump.
I am jumping.
Jump!
You don't want it in the water.
Put some more fuel in it.
If you could see this.
I can't do it. You won't get up high enough.
Jump! You can do it!
I'll tell you what, I'll try. I've got the ladder.
I can just move it down if you want.
I nearly got it. I nearly got it.
Can
If
you
you
let it
carefully-
go once it's over it?
Carefully
close?
fall down the side in the right place.
Did I drop it?
No, I was thinking like just jump to the side of the boat and slowly fall down.
So
Yeah.
walk until you're level with the front of the cockpit.
Oh god, no, I fell. It pulled me back in.
What time is day is it for you now?
Yeah, I just need to know when I'm above it.
You need to be level with the glass at the front. So go back halfway to the ladder. A little bit
there?
more, a little bit stop.
Roughly where I am.
Okay.
There you go.
Yay!
Okay, reel it in just a little bit because it's quite far out still, and then start pumping. I'm gonna
We're
put the scuba
pumping.
back.
Sammy, is it still daytime for you?
Yeah, just before night.
Yes. I'm guessing we're on the same time then.
Okay, so I need to move the fuel connector a bit lower. That's one thing. That's 1,000. We're gonna need a lot more than that, I think.
Yeah.
You kind of want to put like a row of fuel connectors, don't you? So it doesn't matter what height you are, and it will just go on any of them.
Or maybe if the game's pipe system worked properly, we wouldn't need to.
No, you're asking too much, aren't you?
That's like asking them to like sync the day and night cycles up.
On a dedicated server.
Yeah.
What would be interesting to see if you and Jack relogged as to whether you got the same time or whether you got like the new time.
Or whether the whole thing would just entirely crash. That's 3,000.
That's 3 now.
Think we want to do much more?
I've no clue. This boat is not tested.
Well, that'll be the test then. You can see what we start with and see how much we use when we get there.
The
Well,
risk
what's-
is we run out of fuel. The reward is we don't waste fuel.
So is your capacity like 7,000? No, it's 84,
Yeah,
Right.
8,400.
8,400.
It takes more
So-
than that to get to one island, and that's a problem.
It's
So-
4K though. Let's try that.
Go on then.
I'll stop it.
Is there a disconnect for the hose?
No, you just have to go and grab it.
That's version 2.
You know when Paul said this isn't quite ready?
Yeah, you know when you guys said, let's use this boat to do this mission, and I said, are you mad?
There we go, I got it.
Ah.
Right, reel that all the way
Yeah,
in.
I am.
I'll lose that messing around.
don't know
When
what
you
that
get it
dial's
up near
connected
the
to.
actual reel, don't reel it right up to the reel. Leave it just a tiny bit out.
There you go. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm in.
Haven't got any
Hang on.
forward lights either. You all on board?
He's on deck.
Let's go.
You sure you want to be out there?
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong, Jack?
Actually, turn your light on and you can light the way. You can be Rudolph.
Except from it's daylight for me.
Yeah, we don't need to light the way.
Try and work out what gearage she's like now.
Where's the
Wow.
button to do the sea shanty thing like you can in Sea of Thieves?
That front end is really popping up. It's a wheelie boat.
Like a max power, and it can't even work the second gear properly.
Sounds
Like if
your
I
second
put the
gear is
clutch
an
all the way
economy.
in, it'll probably stall. Like that. So I can't use the whole clutch.
Well, this is turning over nice and low.
It is really tilted back, look at that.
How's the steering?
Oh god.
Oh!
It steers, but yeah.
It kind of reminds me of one of those old World War II landing boats.
Yeah, it needs the flap at the front. It'd be perfect.
I don't know, Rome, it's an untested engine, like the whole thing. People say when you get above 20 RPS, it starts to guzzle fuel. I mean, I've got a governor to limit the RPS to 20.
If you're using extra gears, then you can probably put the RPS up a bit. Because once you're in the third gear, you'll only be at 20 RPS or something like that anyway.
I'm just doing my daily exercise.
I'm having to use a clutch just to stop this thing stalling.
If
Does
you
it-
if you give it full clutch and then quickly hit the starter for a second again, does it still run?
What, as in give it full clutch so it stalls it and then keep hitting the start?
Like, you give it full clutch and then hit the start just for a few seconds, just to give it a chance to restart, and then see if it runs. And then, hang on, this is it still going?
Barely.
Yeah. What's the speed like on that though?
Or the engine or the... I don't have a
Wait.
speed sensor yet.
Oh, okay.
Let me guess, that's version 2 as well.
That's version 3, so.
This was never meant to be seaworthy yet. I mean, look at it. If this sea gets anything other than like a pond, then we're in trouble.
Well, that's really doing well.
How's your fuel level?
3,850.
No, it's not doing too badly then.
We're probably a third of the way there now.
I'll have to play with the gearbox ratios or something, because this engine ain't chucking out that much power. You need to hang right over the front, Pups, to keep the nose down.
I'd fall off.
I'm not sure he's heavy enough. We need gridlock. So we might sink.
I'd love to know what speed we're doing.
I think we're probably doing about 15 knots, maybe 10.
All I'm gonna say is this is much improved on Jack's first version of his speedboat yesterday.
Yeah, it's definitely going faster than that. You got like half the hull out of the water. That's awesome.
That makes it go quicker, Jack. It's like half a hydrofoil.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you put some wings underneath like the rear, you could full on hydrofoil this.
To be fair, it's actually not doing a bad pace.
Yeah. Hey, we got deep sea diving.
Get it.
We
You
didn't
might
even.
want to. You might want to turn to your left a little bit.
Are we stopping off at this island to purchase it, or are we carrying on?
Will we get going again afterwards?
Yeah, I got reversers and stuff.
Okay.
I may as well buy it.
Is this a chance for Paul to show off his azimuth?
Lol.
I'll jump ashore from here.
I'll just keep it running. No. Neil, we don't need to move the bridge or the engine forward. That's not the way we're doing it. There's going to be a lot of weight at the front when this thing's full. All we need to have is like a tilt adjustment, some hydrofoils that keep this thing down when it's moving. Have you done it?
I'm still climbing up the stairs. The for sale sign's right at the top.
Or a ballast system. We could just pump water in if you want to.
Yeah.
Could you
we could
build
use
2 tanks and then have it so that it's either permanently filled with water, and then when you're pumping oil in, it'll pump the water out?
Or you could just use the same tank for oil and water.
Or what, and just have it as an empty orifice at some point between the transfer?
Or you fill it with water, travel to where you're going, pump the water out, pump the oil in.
Yeah.
It's one option.
Use the fluid filters and make sure you're pumping in only one substance and pumping out only the other substance. That's all very doable.
But would you have to change that in the logic each time, though?
I'm back in. No. You could set up 2 in pumps and 2 out pumps. 1 in pump for water, 1 out pump for water, and the same for the out.
And then just switch on the ones you want?
Yeah, as you need them. You could even, if you wanted to be clever, automate it so that the ballast tanks are always filling up with water until they're needed, and then when the ship is level, it stops. And then any issues with being level, it'll pump in and out as it needs.